Hello friends, here we will try to identify the result of 15 puzzle problem. This is by making use of branch and bound technique. If you are observing on the left hand side, there is a matrix A. That is the actual matrix which has been given as a problem statement. There is a 4 by 4 matrix and it has been arranged in this way. On the right hand side, you can find there is a target matrix T. We have to convert this matrix A into this target matrix T by making use of branch and bound. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and a blank value. So for conversion of this matrix A into this one, we have to make use of branch and bound. Let me show you what is the output of execution of this code. This is the matrix which has been given to be solved, and it has space value that is 0. That means wherever blank value is there, that has been identified as a 0. The target matrix is this one. We have entered the actual matrix and the target matrix. So it will first of all print this entered matrix, and then it will print the target matrix. And what are the intermediate steps? Those will be printed over here, and for every step minimum cost will be printed. I will share code of this particular program along with this video. So if you're observing, couple of times we have identified the minimum cost. So first minimum cost in the first iteration is 4. In the second iteration, minimum cost is 4. And in the third iteration, we are getting the actual result. How we are getting this result, that we have to analyze. Let us come to the code. Here you can identify global variable is m is equal to 0 and n is equal to 4. There are some functions. The first function is this calculate function. The second function is this check function. And here is the main. If you're observing, there are some variables which are initialized. Initially array A is there and target matrix. This is a 2-dimensional array and this is a target matrix. There is a temporary array. And there are some variables, that is m, x, y, d and d min. So we have written those variables over here. First of all, it is running this nested for loop to enter the matrix to be solved, and it will be spaced with 0. So we are entering this matrix as we have shown over here. Enter the matrix spacing with 0. Then we are asking the user to enter the target matrix, and that will be stored in this particular T. So this is our target matrix. Then we are printing the entered matrix and the target matrix. So these values are printed over here. This is the entered matrix and the target matrix. After that, we are running this while loop. Inside a while loop, there is a condition which is not equal to check of a comma t. So actual matrix A and target matrix T, we are passing initial variables of these matrices to this particular function, that is check. And whatever value will be written by this check, we are negating that value. That means we are taking negation of that value. That means if check is returning 0, we will take 1. And if check is returning 1, we will take it as 0. Right? So from here, code will jump to check. I will explain you one iteration. The remaining iterations you can understand. So we are getting here array A and array T. Here we are taking f is equal to 1. So let us mark f is equal to 1. The initial value of f will be taken as 1. So we have taken here f is equal to 1. We are running this for loop and we are checking here. We are comparing if a of I comma j, that is index of a and index of t, will be compared. If they are not equal, then we are making f is equal to 0. So let us compare here. A00 is 1 and T00 is also 1. A01, A02, A03, they are similar. A10 is 5, A11 is 6. Similarly, it is there for T. But if you're observing a1 2 is blank, that is 0, and t1 2 is 7. So here this condition matches. Now in this context, we are going to make this f is equal to 0. So we will change this value of f to 0, right? After this, again, this iteration will keep on executing. Wherever it will identify there is a mismatch, it will keep this f is equal to 0, and ultimately it will return this f is equal to 0. That means if there is a single change in this actual matrix and target matrix, f will be reflected as 0. So here we are returning f is equal to 0 as an integer value to the while loop which has been called from main. So here we will get 0. Check a comma t is getting 0. So while not 0, that means while 1, that is while true, we'll jump inside this while loop and we'll increment the value of L. If you're observing, we have taken L is equal to 0. Now L will become 1. From here, D will become 1000. We have already taken D is equal to 1000. After that, this for loop will execute. Now, for I is equal to 0 and for J is equal to 0, it will check this condition. If A of 0, 0 is exactly equal to 0, let us see. A of 0, 0 is not 0. So this condition doesn't matches. So it will keep on executing. And for which value of A of ij, it will get this? For A of 1 comma 2, it will get this value, right? Because A of 1 2 is exactly equal to 0. So value of I will be copied into x. I is what? 1 and j is what? 2. So x will become 1 and y will become 2. So here x will become 1 and y will become 2, because first row and second column is 0, right? So x will become 1 and y will become 2. From here, it will come outside. Now, if you're observing in this code, there are multiple segments. First command is to move upwards, we are running this segment. To move downwards, we are running this segment. I will share this code along with this video. To move on the right hand side, this is the segment, and to move on the left hand side, this is the segment, right? Now we will have to check which particular movement we are supposed to do. Now here, if you are observing, this particular matrix A will become closer to this particular matrix T if you are moving this 7 upwards. So 7 will move upwards and 0 will come downwards. So in that context, it will go closer to this target matrix. But we'll have to prove this programmatically. So the first move is I is equal to 0 and j is equal to 0. This particular matrix A will be copied into a temp matrix. This complete matrix A will be copied into a temp matrix, right? Now let us consider this matrix A is nothing but a temp matrix. Temporary, we will take this one, right? And this complete matrix has been copied. Now if condition will execute, if x is not equal to 0, what is the current value of x? X is 1. So that is not equal to 0. This if will execute, temp of x comma y will be copied into p. What is temp of x comma y? Temp of x comma y is temp of 1 comma 2. So temp of 1 2 is 0. This will be copied into p. Okay, so this will be copied into a variable p. So we will mark here p is equal to 0. We'll mark here p is equal to 0. And temp of x comma y will become temp of x minus 1 comma y, right? So temp of x minus 1, what is the current value of x? That is 1. So temp of x minus 1 will become 0. So temp of 0 2, what is temp of 0 2? So temp of 0 2 is 3, right? So here temp of xy will become temp of, so temp of 1 comma 2. I hope you are getting. Here we are moving the element upwards, right? So temp of 1 comma 2, temp of 1 2 will become this one. That means this 0 we are moving upwards, right? This 0 we are moving upwards. and temp of x minus 1 comma y will be assigned with value of p. So what is the current value of p? P is 0. So that will be assigned with what? Uh, x minus 1 comma y. So 0 comma 2. So 0 2 will get this 0. So this value will be 0 here, right? So this is a blank value. That means we have moved blank value, that is upwards. Now after doing this, we have to check whether this particular matrix goes closer towards this one or not. If you're observing, uh, we have misplaced this 3. 3 was at a proper place, but we have misplaced it. That means we have brought it to the wrong place. So what we will do, we will again do the calculation. From here, calculation of temp comma t will be passed. What is the current value of t? T is this target matrix. So this temp will be taken. Temp is what? This particular matrix, which is different from the previous one. Now from here, we'll go to the cal function. Okay. And here temp and t will be taken. Now again, here m is equal to 0. If temp of I comma j is not equal to t of I comma j, then we are going to increment m. That means we have to identify how many differences are there between this temp and this t. So 1 is matching with 1, 2 is matching with 2, but 3 is not matching with this 3. So m will be incremented. So now m will become 1. 4 is matching, 5 is matching, 6 is matching, 3 is not matching. So m will become 2. 8 is matching, 9, 10 are matching, 7 is not matching. So m will become 3, right? 11 is not matching, m will become 4. 13, 14, and 15 are matching. So this is clear. And this 12 is not matching. So this m will become 5. So this is the value which we are getting over here, and we are going to return this value here, right? So this cal will return 5. So there are 5 values. From 0, we have incremented and we have reached to 5. So this cal will return 5 over here. So we will get this m is equal to 5 over here, right? And d mean will become L plus m. What is the current value of d mean? D mean is 0. So L and m will be, L is 1 and m is 5. So this d mean will become 6 now. Okay. Now, if d mean is less than d, what is the current value of d? Current value of d we have to identify. D is 1000. So d mean is less than d. In that case, d will become d mean. Okay. So d will become d mean. So d will become 6. Now there is a for loop. This will take this particular temp matrix into R matrix. That means we have to completely copy this temp matrix into R matrix. Let us copy this. So I have copied this complete matrix and we will get it over here. So if you're observing, we have taken this complete as a R matrix. Now this is R matrix. Okay. Now after this, we have moved it upwards. Now to move it downwards, we'll have to do some operation. But where we are going to do this operation? We are going to do this operation on A itself. If you're observing, A is equal to temp we have taken. So I will bring this A here itself. Okay, that means this is A. Temp is a temporary matrix. So right now A is again in its proper format. So what we'll do, now we will try to move it downwards. Now in this iteration, what will happen? In the previous iteration, what we have done by applying this code, we have moved this blank space upwards. Now, similarly, by running this particular segment of a code, we will move this blank space downwards. That means 7 will come over here and 0 will go over here. And again, we will calculate the value of what? Again, we will calculate the value of m. So try to identify how many differences are there here. 1, 2, 3, 4 are similar. 5, 6, 7, 8 are similar. 9, 10 are similar. 1, 2, and 3. So the value of m will become 3 here. So 0 to 1, 1 to 2, and 2 to 3. M will become 3 here, right? By moving downwards, this will give this value. That means m will become 3 here. And d mean will become L plus m, right? So what is the value of L here? So L is 1 here. We have already taken L is equal to 1. So d mean will become now what? D mean will now become, now d mean will become 4. 1 plus 3. So d mean will become 4. Now if d mean is less than d, what is the current value of d? D is 6. D mean is less than d. That is valid. In that case, we are going to assign d is equal to d mean. So d will become what? Now d will become 4, right? And we are again going to get this particular matrix into R, temporary matrix. What is a temporary matrix? By moving it upward. That means this particular complete matrix will take into R. Here is the R. So R will be what? R will be this one, right? So this is for moving. This is for moving downward. Similarly, we will move this particular to the right hand side. Okay. So we will move this particular blank space. Let us bring this in a original state again. This blank space will be moved to the right hand side. That means 8 will come over here. Now try to calculate the value of m. So here m will become 1, 2, 3, 4 are similar. 5, 6, 1, 2, right? Then 3, 4, 5, and 6. So m will become 6 here. Now m will become 6 here. We have got here while moving to the right side. Here we have got m is equal to 6. D mean will become what? D mean will become 7. Now D mean will become 7 here. D mean will become 7. If D mean is less than D, what is the current value of D? D is 4, but D mean is greater than that. That's why this particular if will not execute, right? That means moving to the right hand side, we are not getting the optimum value. Similarly, by moving to the left hand side also, we will not get the optimum value. Try to understand this one. So we will arrange this in the original format. So 8 will be here. Moving now, what is the next operation? Moving to the left hand side. So this blank space will move to the left hand side, means we'll bring this 6 over here, right? So what is the difference now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is similar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So value of m is 6 here. Again, we are getting here by moving it to the left, m is equal to 6. Again, we will get d mean is equal to 7, and d mean is not less than this one. So what is the ultimate value we are getting? The calculated intermediate matrix value we are getting, that is R. What is R here? R is this one. If you are observing, this is one which we have got by moving the blank space downwards. So this is the resultant we are getting. If you are getting into the intermediate matrix, if you are observing, this is the calculated intermediate matrix value, and minimum cost is what? That is 4. So we have got this d is equal to 4. That is nothing but the minimum cost value. So in the first iteration, we will get this, and we have printed this. Similarly, in the second iteration, we will get this matrix. Similarly, in the third iteration, we'll get this matrix, which is nothing but the resultant matrix. And we will print that particular matrix, and we will get the minimum cost every time. So this is how 15 puzzle problem code will execute. Thank you.